Hey, it's Yvonne. I am at a Goodwill we haven't been to for a long time. I'm up in Monument. So the reason I took the 10-minute drive up just to the edge of town is this Goodwill has an old Deja Blue kind of section that didn't really work out with clothing, so they put in what they think are like, vintage, antique, more collectible. And then during this, little health dilemma we've been having last year and a half, they closed down the coffee in the book section where you could usually come get some coffee, wash your hands, sit down, rest, read a book, whatever. They've included that too, like with some collectibles. So we will start here before we go on over, and the rest of the hard goods are over there. And plus we kind of want to go through Halloween, look for any vintage cool stuff, right? So now some things in here, excuse me a minute, $4.79. Some things, oops, sorry. Okay, hang on, let me fix his legs. Okay, now he's better. So not everything in here will be like vintage, or it might just be like something that's collectible, even maybe made in China, because there's some companies that are outsourcing things to China for some unknown reason, and doing heavy marketing like Temptations, Pioneer Woman. So those are kind of collectible thanks to the marketing, and the people who don't really like to buy vintage but want vintage inspired, blah blah blah. We've talked about that. It is what it is. Some people will not buy used items, and that's okay. Well, just everything kind of balances out, I guess. So anyways, let's get to looking around. I think I'm gonna get that bird. Yeah, we're gonna get that bird. We'll look at that bling jewelry, although that looks pretty new. Okay, let me get someone to help me. I want that bird already. Well, the glass bird was chipped on the beak. That's a shame. It had a nice smooth ponto disc made in China. This is anchor hawking, I believe, but it's pretty close to the Noritake perspective that I told you guys about, which is so glorious. So if you can't afford the Noritake perspective, this isn't bad. There is a quality difference, but this is kind of like meat in the middle, not like the Libby, similar pieces by Libby or whatever. This is kind of a meat in the middle. As you can see, it's still nice and sparkly. But when you compare it to the Noritake perspective, which can bring more money, of course, especially the tumblers that I have, you kind of might be like, well, I might hold out for that. Or have both. This can be for company and everyday, and then the Noritake perspective can be for special occasions. Here's an example, just an image search of anchor hawking Georgian pattern, which we just looked at. Various colors. And then here is Noritake perspective, and I narrowed it to tumbler to make sure to show some of the prices because the tumblers bring more. That's what I thought, made in Mexico, but this one is so cool. I'm gonna get that even though there's only one that someone has decorated. Now this is an upcycle job, but that's cute. That would be a third off. That's kind of cute. Let's see what else. Oh my, it's a lone Culver glass. Can you see it say Culver? There you go. But I'm gonna get it because of the kitties. Never know, might run into another one or someone wants a replacement. Oh man, I know these aren't vintage or anything, but wow. I was just watching Selena Vintage Bombshell's latest video, and she showed us, she got a box of the month, wine box of the month, something like that, and then she showed us her collection of wine glasses. And there was some nice vintage glass ones in there. But that really looks like her, doesn't it? But I'm just not sure if she's okay with things not being vintage or antique, but that definitely looks like a Selena wine glass. Okay, don't see anything else. I mean, I see cool stuff, you know, I'm not trying to be like that. Just anything that I think I should buy to flip right now. I might look underneath that planter that someone has used. I might look underneath that. And then we will head out into the main knick-knack aisle. I went through the small clothing section here in the, you know, Deja Blue, like boutique area. You know what I mean. There's two nice vintage pieces. This one here. Wow, even way back when. Look at those prices. And that was a lot. Okay, I'm going to pass on that one, you guys. The fabric's a little scratchy. It is a beautiful color. And that's really pretty in there. But the other one is better. It's going to cost me a few dollars more, but this one's better. Oh my goodness. Look at this one. This wool sweater. The buttons are underneath. Look at the treatment. Yes, this is the one we're going to get. And it also still has the vintage tag on it. That's fabulous. Let's get that and then head on out over to the regular hard goods. I'm not sure about this. It kind of has new vibes. It's pretty though. And I can't tell, is that really like a signature or someone just marking their name on it? I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to slide it here though. When we get done with this little tiny section, I'll check into it. But I think I will get this. It's Imperial. So not as expensive as like Fenton or whatever, but it's only $5.99. And it's that kind of carnival glass, kind of like iridescent, pearlized. I've never had a piece like that. I think I want to get that. I'm not sure about those either. I'm thinking they're a little vintage. I'm going to look into it. Probably going to get them though. Here's another really pretty piece. This stuff needs to come back in style. Look how pretty it is for Christmas. Oh my goodness. I want to buy it. Well, it looks like Imperial Candlewick again. Make sure we don't miss anything at the bottom. We squeeze through the corner here. That's pretty, but that's new. That's definitely made exclusively for Williams-Sonoma. So it does have a little bit of clout though. You know, for the people that want that look, again, back to, but they will not really buy secondhand. So, you know, people are making that look. Okay, now this petal bowl has a lot of petals. So, I need to see whose this is. This has a lot of petals. This is not, I'm trying to think of the name of the one that some people try to say is Blanco, but it's not. Is it Imperial? Okay, anyways, we're gonna check that one out too. I'm pretty sure I'm getting all this. Prices are fine. That is a Blanco sunflower bowl. They make several different types of petal bowls. Little kitchen like knick-knacky aisle. I think that's vintage. Is that some old Corelle or something? I bet you that is. Corningware, I think I wish it had like some kind of really kitschy pattern on it. Look, this has got that sun purple look to it. Now, I don't know enough about this. it's either the Alexandrite or was sat out in the sun and changed colors. It's not in the greatest of shape, and it looks like it's missing its topper, but I wished I knew enough about that type of glass of how forgiving collectors are. You know what I mean? It's only $1.99. I might think about that, or maybe just have it for myself until I find a better piece for my own collection, right? Not the crystally or crystalline inside. What is that? That looks very like 80s, 90s color palette. Oh, it's a Starbucks. Hello. I might get this. It's only $2.49. I think I'll get that ceramic tumbler because it's got the kind of like an updated 80s, 90s retro vibe. Oh, I would definitely get this if it wasn't so glazed, crackly, not like crazy in a good way, and utensil marks. Signed as well. That's really nice. How much was it? It's only $2.49. It's just too much damage in there. Someone misused it, or just maybe not the best kind of glaze and firing technique. Does that glow? It's plastic. Look at this mid-century mod ashtray. Yes, we will take that. Someone's gonna like that. That's a unique shape, kind of like a shell. It's only $2.99. I'll take it. I've got to go buy some clothing. Pick out some clothing to buy so I can wrap things up and keep them safe. Well, check this out. This was so cool. I didn't have to do clothing yet because when I went to go pay for a drink, they had a whole box full of like bubble wrap, and I said, hey, can I have some of that? And they're like, take it all. I'm like, well, I didn't do that, but I might grab some more on the way out. But I just wrapped up, took little pieces and wrapped up the individual. So I'm coming back now to do clothing and look at scarves, and I just spotted this in the windowsill, this Blanco. Now it is clear. I've sold this in many colors, but for $2.49, we'll go ahead and get that. And this was on a rounder top. It's only $1.99, 30% off. So, and it still has its label. Let's get that. Look how pretty it is. So, there's the mountain range. Some of it. I'm up in Monument again. When you just head out of town, headed up to Denver. I think I'm done. I didn't really find much else. Nothing in the clothing that I wanted to get besides what we picked out the first time, that vintage sweater from the Deja Blue. But I forgot to show you guys this. Okay, here's some more kitschy folk art. This is pleated ribbon stuck into a bar of soap. Pleated ribbon stuck into a bar of soap with pins, and it's a swan. $2.99. I might get that and replace this middle just because it's so kitschy, folk arty. Add it to my swan Christmas. So I'm going through the Halloween aisle to get up to the cash register. Didn't really see anything. I have plenty. I have my costume. I don't really do a lot of scary stuff. But speaking of scary stuff, I just don't understand why someone would even... That's just too far. Oh my gosh. If you were into that though, that's probably pretty epic. It looks like the lights light up and blink. But I don't like to scare the little kids, so I kind of put happy stuff. Anyways, I don't see a mirror anywhere to say goodbye, so just let me say goodbye. Hope you had a little bit of fun. Yes, I did go through the jewelry case, but I don't want to show it because I'm saving it for the jewelry sale. Kat has invited Selena, and Selena said yes, vintage bombshell, so pretty excited. So gotta bring some really cool stuff.